The social stigma that surrounds itself around mental illness continues to fade from society. Today, there is an abundance of support systems for those with mental illnesses. And with increased social awareness around mental illness, it has resulted in an acceptance of how destructive these illnesses can be. Marvel Comics have continuously projected the importance of understanding mental illnesses continually in their comics, and spreading awareness about it through their beloved characters. The comic house certainly contributed to its own share of goodwill by aligning some of their heroes with mental illnesses to pass on the message that sometimes even the strongest of heroes have their problems. Number 10. Daredevil Depression. When it comes to Daredevil, it's pretty much common knowledge that the vigilante has a dark history. I mean, with a number of his loved ones being murdered, there's no doubt that the character goes through severe depression throughout his crime-fighting career. Luckily for him, with his own willpower and through the support of his friends, our beloved vigilante has almost always managed to push through. Number 9. Legion Dissociative Identity Disorder. Legion may be commonly associated as an enemy of the X-Men, but the mutant also has spent time fighting alongside our favorite mutant heroes as well. I mean, really at this point, who hasn't? Each of our Legion's power is attached to a different personality, and as a result, the mutant suffers from severe dissociative identity disorder, and not all of them have good intentions. Yikes. Number 8. Storm Claustrophobia. Storm is easily one of the most powerful and easily the most popular members of the X-Men, with her weather-controlling abilities proving extremely helpful in any battle. It's almost impossible to stop her, and on top of that, she has very few weaknesses. However, one such weakness often gets the better of her, and that's her fear of tight spaces. Her claustrophobia became prominent after she was trapped under tons of rubble, and honestly, anybody would be terrified of tight spaces after an experience like that. Number 7. Hank Pym Bipolar Disorder. As one of the founding members of the Avengers, Hank Pym plays a very important role in the universe, even holding superhero titles from Ant-Man, Giant Man to Yellow Jacket. However, as smart as he is, he's not perfect. Really, is anybody? Hank Pym is incredibly short-tempered and often has a hard time controlling his anger, even going as far as to hit his wife. Number 6. Sentry Schizophrenia. Robert Reynolds is one of the most powerful beings. However, there is one aspect to him that makes him vulnerable, and that is his mind. His psyche contains both Sentry as well as the Void, which makes him subject to dissociative identity disorder. However, the more pressing issue is his schizophrenia. It leaves Sentry's mind extremely fragile and is a testament on how complicated mental illnesses can be. Number 5. Hulk Intermittent Explosive Disorder. At first glance, the Hulk could easily be labeled to have dissociative identity disorder. However, Marvel Comics has repeatedly shown us that there is always more than meets the eye when it comes to their characters. The Hulk may also be suffering from intermittent explosive disorder, which is described as having recurrent behavioral outbursts representing a failure to control aggressive impulses. Naturally, this provides an accurate explanation on how he's unable to control his anger. Number 4. Scarlet Witch Psychotic Break. Scarlet Witch suffered a severe psychotic break in the Avengers, Disassembled, and House of M storylines. They often took place after serious emotional trauma, especially in one instance where she lost her child. Luckily, she was able to rely on the support from her friends and teammates and eventually return to her former self. Well, as much as she could, of course. Number 3. Jessica Jones Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder. Since her debut in 2001, Jessica Jones grew to be a fan-favorite superhero. What made her stand out from other recent heroes wasn't any of her powers, but rather her struggle with mental illness. She had severe post-traumatic stress disorder after her repeated abuse at the hands of Purple Man. There's no doubt such trauma would forever change a person, but Jessica soon found a way to bury those memories and move forward, and kick some tail in the process. Number 2. Moon Knight Dissociative Identity Disorder. Moon Knight's battle with his mental illness, he's actually referred to as Batman with a multiple personality disorder. Moon Knight often ends up not only fighting villains, but also his own mind. His battle with his own mind and the conflicts it causes certainly gave Marvel some interesting storylines. Number 1. Deadpool Psychosis. Deadpool's battle with his mental illness has constantly been addressed by him, whether as a joke or not. While his regenerative healing factors do wonders on his physical injuries, the mental scarring with his experiences are etched into his brain. It has resulted in severe psychosis. And since Deadpool often makes light out of any given situation, it's important to note that this is a direct result of his mental illness. Well, there you have it, folks. A little bit of a dark side of animated times, but something that we really want to discuss. And if you ever need help, make sure you reach out. Whether it's to one of us or professionals, someone is always going to be there for you. Mental illness is serious, and we take it very seriously here at Animated Times, and we're here with you. We'll fight just like a superhero would for you.